yourself all dressed. Time to get your shiny dance shoes on, 'cause everybody's jumping at JAX. All the kids are coming down, just to dig the swinging sound. You can hear the band from miles away, 'cause everybody's jumping at JAX. Here's a little well-known secret, sure as there's the sky above.
Nothing could be any sweeter
than dancing with the one you love. When life is like a sour note, here's a happy antidote. Come to where the party never ends, 'cause everybody's jumping at JAX.
Baby, you got my number, call it all the time. You know just how to use it to get me on the line. You know how to dial my digits like 1, 2, 3, 4, and somehow I always answer. I keep coming back for more. Try as I might, I can't quit you. I've tried, so just leave me alone. Baby, put down that phone. I don't want your message at the end of the tunnel. Don't wanna see your name lighting up my screen again. Oh, you better stop calling and leading me on. You had your moment, that moment is gone. There's nothing left to say, and I got better things to do with my time. Wait a minute, maybe you should call me tonight. Maybe you should call me. Baby, you got my number. I forgot. You know how to push my buttons, make me lose my cool. I don't know how you do it to me. Stop reading my mind. Maybe our next conversation, yes, I should tell you goodbye. Try as I might, I can't quit you. Oh, I've tried just to leave me alone. Baby, put down that phone. Don't want your message at the end of the tunnel. Don't wanna see your name lighting up on my screen again. Oh, you better stop calling and leading me on. You had your moment, that moment is gone. There's nothing left to say, and I got better things to do with my time. See, now I gotta go, so I guess let me know. Maybe someday we could see where this goes. Oh, but for now you need to chill, and I think I need to put you on hold. Wait a minute, maybe you should call me tonight. Baby, you should call me tonight. Indecision, the name of the game. Oh, call me tonight. Maybe I know you got my number. Do it all the time.
I want a little sugar in my bowl. I want some sweetness down in my soul. I could stand some loving, oh, so bad. I feel so funny and I feel so bad. I want a little steam on my clothes. You know, maybe I could fix things up here. So they go. What's the matter, Daddy? Come on, save my soul. Drop me a little sugar in my bowl. I ain't fooling. Drop some sugar in the bowl. No, I don't, soft shoe. You've been acting different, I've been told. Honey, I want sugar in the bowl, and I want a little steam on my clothes. Maybe we could fix things up around so they'll go and go. What's the matter, Daddy? Save my soul. Drop a little sugar in my bowl, and I ain't fooling. Drop sugar in my bowl. Just a little bit, just a little bit.
I'm a sentimental sap, that's all. What's the use in trying not to fall? I have no will, you made your kill. You took advantage of me. I'm just like an apple on the bough, and you're gonna shake me down somehow. So what's the use? You cooked my goose, you took advantage of me. Well, I'm so hot and bothered that I don't know my elbow from my ear. I suffer something awful each time you go, and much worse when you're near. Oh, here am I with all my bridges burned, just a babe in arms where you're concerned. So lock the doors and call me yours, 'cause you took advantage of me. Sentimental sap, that's all. What's the use in trying not to fall? I have no will, you've made your kill. You took advantage of me. Oh, I'm just like an apple on the bough, and you're gonna shake me down somehow. So what's the use? You've cooked my goose, you took advantage of me. Oh, I'm so hot and bothered that I don't know my elbow from my ear. I suffer something awful each time you go, and much worse when you're near. Oh, here am I with all my bridges burned, just a babe in arms where you're concerned. Lock the doors and call me yours. You took advantage of me. Oh, you took advantage of me. Well, you took advantage of me.
everybody. Welcome to Campus JAX on a Thursday night. I'll try to keep Jack from dancing for you. Remember, man, there's cameras everywhere. Well, I'm going to take a minute to introduce everybody a little later. For right now, we're just going to jump into this classic tune called High Heel Sneakers. thank you very much. Well, thank you for being with us here at Campus JAX on a Thursday night. And I'd like to introduce everybody in the band. This is our first time playing together as a group, although I think most of us have played together in other situations, and a couple of us just met tonight. So that's what's so great about this kind of music, right? And so let me just start back there on the drums. That is Mr. Peter Buck right there. On bass, a guy who I go a long ways back with this guy. We started, he did some tours with my band way back in 91, I think. And my favorite story about this guy was that we were at the Cancun Jazz Festival. We were there for like a week. And all of us were out sightseeing, except if you ever needed Bruce, he was always at the pool with a Corona. That was like... you didn't even need a cell phone back then. You just knew where Bruce was all the time. This is Bruce Lett back there on the bass. Another old friend of mine on the piano here. This is the great Tom Zink right there. On saxophone, one of my favorite players in town. This is Kirsten Edkins right there. And please say hello to Miles on guitar, who I've been enjoying playing with over these last few months. And my name is Tony, and this is, we're going to do a song now. I don't even need to tell half the band what song it is. I'm just going to start playing it, and they're going to know it, because it's an old jazz standard. Thank you very much. So, of course, that was an old standard, and the first tune was a tune from the 1960s. But part of what I wanted to do tonight was play some tunes that I've had in the book that I never play, and some of those are originals, and some of them are some tunes I've lifted off of other albums, and that's what I'd like to do now. There was a song back in the 80s when I was listening to K-Jazz. At the time, it was before KLON. And it was just KKGO, that's what it was. It was the big jazz station, 105. Anybody remember that? A few of you? So I was, what's that? Oh, before that? Well, I'm not that old, Tom. I'm talking about when there was FM. And anyways, there was a song that they used to play frequently enough that it was like a little earworm that stuck in my head, but I never knew the name of it. And it was a Sonny Rollins tune. I knew it was Sonny Rollins, but I could never find it, and this was pre-internet. And so for years, I had this little bug in my ear. I remember part of the melody, but just not enough to ever find it. And then about 5 or 6 years ago, I was like checking out some internet radio stations and found one from like Egypt or something like that, a jazz station. And I heard just the end of this song, and it took, you see the chain of emails it took for me to try to figure out who the station was, who was playing it back then at that time, because it's all pre-recorded. And then, long story short, I found out the name of the song, and this is it. We're going to play it. It's a song by Sonny Rollins called Allison. It's a big story, huh? All the more exciting now. And now you're going to hear it and go, really, Tony? Yeah. See, that's a cool little tune, right? Burke's Works. Yeah, so that's called Allison, and the Sonny Rollins. There's something about the Sonny Rollins version that just captured my ear. Part of it, I think, is just he's got such a unique way of phrasing things, and we're gonna do a song now by the great Dizzy Gillespie, and this was. This is one of my favorites of his. It's an original entitled Burke's Works. His name was John Burks Gillespie, and he was known as Dizzy Gillespie. And this is called Burke's Works. I don't know where Burks came from as a middle name. Anybody? No? Back in the old days, Tom, when they were naming people weird things. What? I see you, Bruce. Thank you very much. That's Burke's Works. We're going to invite a friend up to sing a couple of tunes, but I'm going to introduce him with a long story about something that actually has nothing to do with him. It has to do with a mutual friend of ours, and how I first heard of this guy is because of a guitar player named Dave Murdy. Anybody know Dave Murdy? Anyone? Yeah? You know Dave Murdy? One of my all-time, when you're a musician, you pick up stories over the course of your career, and they become some of your favorite anecdotes. And one of my favorite anecdotes in my long storied career is this one that's all thanks to Dave Murdy. So this is the very late 80s, and I was still in college, and I had this horrible gig, probably the worst gig I've ever had. And I mean, tonight's not over yet, but at that time it had been the worst gig I'd ever had, and it was playing. I think we were making like $30 a night. And if you'd imagine, those of you who are watching online, you can't see it, but those here in the room, picture this tent about twice as deep, twice as far that way, and then maybe 4 times as wide, like a football field. We played in this giant room, supposedly for dancers, and I can't remember a night when there were more than 2 people there. It was this horrible, horrible gig, and it was with a guy. I was actually, the gig was so bad, I was playing bass. And it was with a guy named Les Douglas, and this was the name of his band, Les Douglas and the Ascots. And guess what the band had to wear? So we had to wear ascots, which was just, a humiliation piled on. And so we were there one night, wearing our ascots, playing to nobody, and making $30 a night. And then in the middle of the night, during a break, he said, "By the way, guys, starting tonight, the gig only pays $25 a night." So, being a college kid, I still needed $25, so I wasn't going anywhere. But Dave Murdy had, progressed a little further than me at that time, and he was having none of it. And he marched on stage during the break, grabbed his guitar, grabbed his bass amp, grabbed everything, and just walked. And it was just this long journey to the back door as we're watching him walk out. And then we have to go finish the night without him, right? So we start playing the next set, and this is about 30 minutes later. So mind you, Dave Murdy has now left the building half an hour ago. We see the door open in the far back of the room, and this figure comes marching towards the stage, and we realize as he gets closer, it's Dave Murdy. And he's marched right up to the stage, right up to the front, right where Les Douglas is. And he rips off the ascot and throws it at his feet and then walks back out of the room. And I just love the image of him being on the freeway 30 minutes or 15 minutes away down the freeway and going, "I am turning around to go make this point." Anyways, so Dave Murdy's here? No way. Are you actually here? Dave, I can't believe it. I've never told this story on stage, and you're actually here. Dave Murdy, please stand up. That just made my night. Well, I first heard of this guest who's going to sing with us because Dave Murdy was in a band with him called the Tijuana Dogs. And then this guy started singing with my friend Pete Jacobs and does this incredible Sinatra night. And so we are happy that he's here to join us tonight for a couple of tunes. Please welcome Dave Murdy's friend, Matt Mauser, to the stage. Oh, that's so great that you're here, Dave. I think we're doing Fly Me to the Moon first, although I don't know the key. And I don't know the key.
What's the norm? I don't know.
What's Sinatra's key, do you know? A flat?
Just put it wherever.
Okay.
Check. Or we can do something else.
I think it's here. Right? Is that right?
Sure.
First, what is A minor?
That's a little high.
Oh, okay. Down, so down
Yeah,
the
come
whole
down.
step then.
Hold on. Dave. Dave knows all this stuff.
Oh.
What key do we do Fly Me to the Moon in? There you go. Let me set this up. Because you don't know how many times I've had to listen to that story. And the punchline was, the guy's name was Les Douglas, right?
Right.
And Dave always says the punchline was, the less Douglas, the better. Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you very much. Tony and I have never met. It's nice to finally meet you, Tony. Pleasure to meet you. Nice to meet you guys. I hope I don't suck.
Us too. All right.
Just keep going. We'll find where it is. Just go ahead. We can even, however you want to. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. Other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. Other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Who's up? Fill my heart with song, sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. Other words, please be true. In other words, said in other words, I love you.
All right, we got one more. Yeah. Yeah, see? Matt suggested this tune, so we have a quick little chart. Guys, it's a little 2-page chart. Did I give it to everybody?
Thank you for doing this. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I was listening to Sinatra at the Sands,
Best album ever recorded.
and I've never sung this song live. We've never done it.
All
So
right.
this is the first time I've ever done this song.
Us too.
So it's a learning experience for all.
All right, terrific. Well, I hope you do the exact same form, because that's what I did.
That's
all right.
That's
Here
all
we
I
go.
know.
All right, here we go. All right, just give it
That first right there. Don't worry about me. I'll get along. Just you forget about me. Be happy, my love. Just say that our little show is over, and so the story ends. Why not call it a day in a sensible way, and we'll remain friends. Look out for yourself, should be the rule. You just give your heart and your love to whomever you love. Don't you be a fool. Baby, why stop and cling to some fading thing that used to be? So if you can't forget, don't you worry about me. Baby, why stop and cling to some fading thing that used to be? So if you can't forget, don't you worry about me.
Beautiful, man. Matt Mauser right there. Yeah, man. Dave Murdy. I can't get over that. I've never told that story on stage, Dave, and I haven't seen you in years, and here you are. Let's do Kumba. So what timing? Yeah, with a K. All right, I said we're going to do songs that we don't normally do. Well, these guys never do them, but I don't rarely often do them, and so we're going to do a song of mine called Kumba with a K, for those of you who brought your hymnals. Thank you very much. Blue and Other Colors. We're going to do a new song of mine. I've not only never played it live, but I've never played it at all. I just kind of sat at the piano and wrote it. So tonight's the first time. And the idea behind this song is that I call it, the idea was to take a 12-bar blues form. And 12-bar blues is usually based on dominant 7 chords, and I decided to just base a 12-bar blues form on major 7 chords, which is pretty. And so I put this little song together, and I call it Blue and Other Colors. And it goes more or less like this. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm going to take a chance here because Kirsten's about to record an album and she's writing a bunch of music, and I'd like to do one of her songs, and I asked her to bring a song, and then she brought one that I can really not play very well. Now, it's not because it's unplayable. Part of it is that my eyes are not good enough to read the little notes today. I have 2 pair of glasses and I can't find that sweet spot. But there are a lot of notes on this page. I don't know if you can tell from back there. Like, that's a lot of notes. So we're going to try the tune, and I'm going to just guarantee you I'm not going to get every part of it right. So I'll just back off a little bit. But I really just want to feature her. And then this is anything you want to introduce? I don't know what the title means. It's called Parker 21. Oh, it's based off of a Charlie Parker tune. Confirmation, right? Yep. What's the 21? Well, because this last year was such a thing. Oh, the year. Got it. I thought I was being graded 1 to 100. Kirsten Eckenstein. All right. Here's another original tune. This is a brand new one, and I wrote it after listening to an afternoon of listening to Duke Ellington in the background, and it was just sort of in this mood. And he had a way of taking kind of simple chord progressions and somehow making them sound lusher than most people do. So this is my attempt at that, and you can judge me if you want. But this is a song I just called Duke, and it goes like this. It's going to feature Miles Jensen on the guitar right there. Yeah, that's what I said. Miles Jensen on the guitar. And, we're at the end of the night, so I'm going to introduce the rest of the band, and then during the time I'm talking about their names, I'm going to think about the last tune we're going to play. That's Peter Buck on the drums right there. Bruce Lett back there on the bass. Tom Zink on the piano. Kirsten Atkins on saxophone. And how about this? We'll do a song that you all know and everybody loves it, and we never do it because I don't know why we don't do it. I mean, Honky Tonk Woman, that's right. No. Well, I was about to say thank you once again. Before we close out the tune, once again, Tom Zink on the piano, Peter Buck on the drums, Bruce Litt on the bass, Kirsten Edkins on saxophone, Miles Jensen on the guitar, Matt Mauser sitting in with us. And thank you once again for being out here and supporting this series. And we hope to see you again really soon. Thank you for watching online as well. And we're just going to finish it up. All right, thank you very much. Be sure to check campusjax.com for upcoming shows. I'll be back in 2 weeks from tonight with the first legal big band since quarantine started. So 18 musicians piled into this area, breathing on each other, and we hope you can.
Wake up, Tony, don't you have a show to do?
Oh, jeez. I'm up.
So you met someone who set you back on your heels. Goody, goody. You met someone and now you know how it feels. Goody, goody. You gave her your heart too, just as I gave mine to you. Oh, then she broke it in little pieces. Now how do you do? Oh, you lie awake just singing the blues all night. Goody, goody. You think that love is a barrel of dynamite. Well, hooray and hallelujah, you had it coming to ya. Goody, goody for her, goody, goody for me. And I hope you're satisfied, you rascal, you. Someone who set you back on your heels. Goody, goody. You met someone and now you know how it feels. Goody, goody. You gave her your heart too, just as I gave mine to you. Well, then she broke it in little pieces. Now how do you do? Oh, you lie awake just singing the blues all night. Goody, goody. You think that love is a barrel of dynamite. You had it coming to ya. Goody, goody for her, goody, goody for